And there we've got some sound. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Much better. Switch the fan off. Oh, right. Do say morning in the chat. So, back to cold winters in the UK, I'm afraid. And that's where every morning I say good morning, put something in the chat, and it's freezing in this basement. But I've got my new basement jacket, which I really quite like. Should keep me warm. Hi Stelly, how you doing? So I haven't got anything planned apart from I do want to get those template updates done that I should have done yesterday. That's one job. I think we're doing more guitars this week. However, I've got tracks to work on incoming, which I need to do, which need vocals actually. So, in fact, I think there's two that need vocals, and one that needs finishing, but I have to find it. There's a bit going on. Also, I need to find a plectrum, which is there. So, Stelly, what have you been up to? Any adventures since yesterday? Have you been setting up your studio? How's the progress going on that? Because I know you mentioned you're doing some mixing. Getting back into that. Safari plugins have released a new phaser pedal, which I'm interested in. Ugh, right. No, not much. I was setting up the MacBook, but as always, some things went wrong. Yeah, I've got this to look forward to actually, and I've already started putting it off. So Christmas, I'm planning to get a new M3 because like the M1, it's okay once we're set up and we're streaming, it's fairly reliable, but it does run out of memory and stuff like that. It can slow down a little bit, so I do need something with a little bit more oomph in it. So I was thinking, all right, well, I'll go for an M3. That seems to give me a little bit more power. But then again, they've got the M4 chip that's out in... The M4 chip's out, I think, in iPads, isn't it? Yeah. So, Native Instruments are interesting. So there's something that I'll constantly pay to upgrade, and I don't really get, like, I don't know what I'm getting. I always just get the same stuff. So I've, like, really, apart from Contact Free, I've, like, I don't use any of their stuff. Go for a studio. What, you mean like no, not a laptop? Stelly. So, because I like the mobility, so sometimes I need to kind of go places. So I really like laptops. I can't be bothered with like a desktop machine. Because I can just pick it up and go and do things. Oh, the Mac Studio. Right. So what's the Mac Studio? No, I don't want to go through. Yeah, that's the other thing with me. So I've done that, going between two machines, and absolutely hate keeping them up to date and stuff like that. It's just that wouldn't it's a, you know, it's a lovely idea. It's a great idea having two machines all doing the same thing. It's like being at work when you're working off a cloud. Um, and you know, it's just, but it doesn't. It's like the upkeep of two machines, two bits of hardware is. It's Mac Mini's big brother. I am going to check that out though, because it sounds interesting. It is pretty solid, but it is running out of power. Ah, there's Danny. Hi, Danny. I was going to send you an email, Danny, because we were talking about. What were we talking? We were talking about the new Richie Kotzen album. I should do a review, shouldn't I? Cool, Richie is good. But I don't know if it's me. I can't, like, I'll have to have another listen to it again. But I can't, like, honestly, Danny, for the life of me, I can only remember one song, and it's that song. Oh, see, I can't even. Right, so I can't remember any of the choruses apart from "Go All Night," and it's probably because I'm being rude and I'm thinking "Going All Night." But I'm not sure he's talking about insomnia, isn't he? Yeah, or something else. It's funny because like Snow Patrol, right? They have songs like "Chasing Cars," which is like a massive hit, right? And then I went on and I thought, what's Chasing Cars about? Why have they called it Chasing Cars? And what's it all about? And basically, what Chasing Cars about is about a dog that chases car wheels. There used to be the colliery dog in the old village that I used to live in, and I used to walk this like absolutely psychotic dog, right? That used to like if it was off the lead, it used to just sprint after cars, like barking at the wheels, and that's what they were talking about. That's what that song's about. This dog, that's what inspired it. That was barking at wheels. And Run is apparently, like again, I thought that was like an epic love song, and like really what inspired that was him, the singer, being so like really badly remorsefully hungover. That's what that's about. So it's yeah, interesting. So I can't remember go. I'm gonna go all night, and obviously then he says like something in a fever dream, and then he does the fever dream lick, and I thought that like I need to know that lick, and then I couldn't work it out properly. But just a pentatonic something. So yeah. But absolutely like my favourite guitarist and an amazing singer. I just can't remember that. God, people say that about Mouse. Can't remember any of your songs. And like I suppose McRocklin Hutch, it would probably help if we had more words in them. So it's not that I can talk. Having said that, though, right? The Chemical Dreams is coming out. Freakstar Chemical Dreams is coming out on the 27th, and I think the video is approaching 6,000 views on YouTube. People are watching it, and like over the last week, we're up to a couple of hundred subscribers. A rapid growth, and I haven't done any major PR on it. It's just simply the singer putting lots and lots of posts up, and connecting with social media. So the algorithm must be like picking it up with the frequency. If you're doing stuff like all the time, it kind of picks it up. Having said that, the first of our legacy tracks, basically that I haven't wrote, that were done way back in the late 90s, is being released on the 8th of next month. So there's 2 releases coming out. And then I was just in the kitchen making a coffee, and then we were talking about releasing Devil Is My Friend, so I think that's good. So, like, one of the conditions of coming back to the band which I had to have because being in Freakstar requires me to do ridiculous things, right? Like, I mean, I've had to dress up as a teddy bear, go in forests, do ridiculous dances, drive a car about, sing, do carpool. It's like ridiculous the amount of stuff that I have to do that is uncomfortable, but also kind of necessary because it's kind of. I think one thing that's very liberating about doing this, right, which I am enjoying, is that it's just doing stuff that isn't attached to an ego, like just putting a bear suit on and going a bit mad. Really kind of helps. I think the world of guitar is like a serious place, isn't it? There's not much humor in it. Everybody's on Instagram. You know, I struggle with Instagram. I just look at people shredding all the time and like just post after post after post after post, and it's crazy, isn't it? It's like that is guitar now. Like guitars, it's like doing little stunts, isn't it? Whereas I just like, guitarists sitting in front of a camera, talking about guitars, and then just really talking about something that I'm really interested in at the time, So I mean, at the minute for me, it's like I'm really into improvisation, and it's difficult because there are certain limitations to me. I'm just not going to go into jazz. I mean, it was like I had a jazz phase. Well, I nearly went down like a serious kind of like a jazzy kind of fusion rabbit hole, because I was really interested in sort of outside playing, which was good because I was getting bored. I was talking about this yesterday, getting bored of playing playing chromatic stuff, and then like one of the kind of mental flips that I really liked that simplified things is that when you're playing outside, look at stuff of when we're playing outside, using all notes of equal importance. So that means like basically Alan Holdsworth, doesn't it? And Alan Holdsworth doesn't think of like fill-in chromatic notes. He just thinks of like playing outside, so to speak. And there are scales and things that he uses. And Alan was a fan of Olivier Messiaen, the French composer. And we have the Messiaen modes. I can't remember how many of them, 6, I think. And I think through doing the research, what was evident was that using those modes, you would use 3 and 6. And they are quite like sort of symmetrical sounding things. You can play them up and down in one direction quite easily, but that wouldn't be how we use them. Like once you start harmonizing it and making like arpeggios and not like, hacking at it like me as a Neanderthal, it's a very, very deep thing. And I thought, right, this is too much because going down this mission means everything has to revolve around it. And I just think that was too much. It would mean it's like tuning your guitar to perfect fourths. Like everything that you do is going to change. It's a massive, massive commitment. So I kind of pulled out of that because it wasn't quite what I'm wanting. Now that's not to say that I'm not going to do that. Like there are certain things on guitar that I go down and explore, and I do learn things from and learn lots of like harmonic concepts from. But then it's not actually going to go into my regular style. I think one of those things is melodic minor modes. So I do know melodic minor modes, but never use them. I've never had the kind of use to use them yet, and I'm not writing music where I can jump in and start using a melodic minor mode yet. It's not kind of come up yet, and I haven't really heard anything like in rock. I've heard one thing actually, just like this thing, but I haven't really heard anything that's really set my lit my fire. Anyway, yeah, I get that the Nomad song is good. Nomad song is excellent for clean shredding. Like he does this clean solo on it, and it's like absolutely brilliant. And And he does all that double picking stuff and like really cool stuff. Stanley Jordan tunes are in fourth. Yeah, he's a fourth player. Obviously, there's a couple of other players. One I can't remember the name of, and then you've got Tom Quayle who does that, and it does make so I experimented. I thought, oh, I wouldn't mind getting into some fourths tuning, and I was faffing with it like the other month, I think, and I was like doing sessions where I was tuning to fourths and like made loads of sense, but you got really no sensible open chords, and if you're showing anybody anything else, it's a total like, if I'm on here showing like, then you'd have to transpose those last two strings. So in terms of showing people, in terms of like doing anything to do with education, which is a business, and I do like, I do a bit of teaching, which I do like. I like doing a bit of teaching. I don't like doing loads of it. It doesn't really make sense doing the force tuning, but it does it does cut down the amount that you have to learn on the guitar by a third or something like that, because you don't have to transpose chords. They're all the same. So you can focus on other things, which I really like, but I can't escape the world I'm already in. That's what it is. But I don't know why we have that third tuning. Whose idea was that anyway? I mean, like, is it not common sense that like violins are tuned to fifth? So like these other instruments have that symmetry. I know violins got like three strings, but sorry, three strings on a violin. What am I saying? Four strings. But they're all the tuning intervals like is all equal. Why did someone go, well, because we've got another six strings, we'll just do this kind of tuning? It's mad, isn't it? So I'm not sure what we're doing today apart from the template upgrade, but I don't know. Like a bit of playing could be good. So again, like one of my problems is I'm doing a lot of overplaying. I was in a situation yesterday at work, and I was doing. I sat and I played, and it was what you call intensive interaction, and I ended up doing intensive interaction for 2.5 hours. I was absolutely done. But the interesting thing is, like, when you're playing that long and improvising, you go somewhere else. I actually took like a little chunk out the side of my little finger with it. So like, the interesting thing, what's interesting about intensive interaction is it's just basically what it is. You'll find this interesting. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but basically it's just using in the hospital context with patients who don't have, basically patients who have severe learning difficulties, autism, and are unable to verbally communicate. What I do is we use music to help that communication. And so it's like kind of like an evening social session that they do. And basically I sit there and I play I suppose you'd describe it as, well, I picked neo soul tracks because they're dead relaxing and calming, so they all seem to kind of like that. This is a common thread, and I think it's like you're playing a lot of pentatonic stuff. And the reason I pick up on that is, you're using harmonic series. It's like it's instinctive. It's in our DNA. So I thought, well, that's a good starting point because you just really don't know what's going on. So that always goes down well. Neo soul tracks comes, but then what you're doing is you're looking for any sort of like visual engagement or noises or anything like that with what you're doing. So I'll have a particular key or something that I'm working in. I'm playing this backing track, and then somebody will do something that's an interaction with me, and at that point I'll like turn the music down, and then we might start playing music and using that as a communication. So they might visually do things, and then that triggers me to play something, or they might make a noise or something like that, or tap or something like that, and then that becomes the communication, and then we go back to the backing track. So I had 2 hours of that. But it's like a fascinating way to improvise. It's really interesting. Because like when you're doing that body movement thing or noises, it literally could be anything. And you're not necessarily going to play in a kind of normal way as well. So you've really got to kind of think outside of the box. That was a funny chord, wasn't it? But it's good because like I'm playing today and I'm really light on the guitar, and that's just because I played for so long yesterday that like just to conserve my energy playing, I just have to be light because I'm not going to make it to the end and have fully intact fingers in the next 20-30 years. So I'm in a situation where really having good technique is absolutely essential, from a safety point of view. Who would have thought? But yeah, the intense interaction. So doing that kind of session with people, sort of really it keeps you on your toes, and it kind of like, you've got that thing of like, what are they asking me to do? So there's that improvisational thing where it's kind of none of this is about you, and it's about them. So what are they asking you to do? So there's that roll of the dice. And then when you're with the music or they're interacting, and then you create music with them, you have the what's the music asking me to do? And then you know both parties become concerned with that, which I think is a very magical moment. So yeah, it's deep, man. Just a really different way to experience music, I think. And I think that's the thing with music as well, is I think, I do wonder if musicians are more in isolation these days. I think we've got technology, you don't have to leave the house, you can connect with the world, but where's the human relationship, like playing instruments and bands? And I hope the younger generation do get out and play in bands like I did, and jam and interact and things like that. But certainly, I wouldn't know where to go for a jam night where I live. That just doesn't seem to be a thing. And worrying enough, I was listening to a Jack Gardner podcast, and he was talking about where he comes from in Liverpool. And he just said primarily in Liverpool, like everything there, is now to do with covers. They any live music is like cover bands. There's no like jam nights. There's no like really original band nights. Like it's only kind of covers really. Probably Beatles covers as well. So kind of getting that that interaction. I mean, luckily I get that at a really high level with Thomas, like once a fortnight, and I need at least that for the jamming thing. I mean, it's like that's where I learn the most, to be fair. So I don't particularly have a massive agenda today. I can sit and play a guitar. I do need to do my template upgrades, but as there's a few of us here, there's actually 10 people there here. This is a great opportunity for you to say hello. Anybody who's new here, do subscribe, right? And for the new people here, think of this channel, all right, as well, you could think of it as a crazy person just talking about random stuff, but actually, what it is under the hood, right, is it could be, right, and is potentially a very good resource, right, with another human being on the end that you can interact with. So, in other words, you can ask me a question, right? Anything to do with music, okay? I'm trained as a music coach. So, primarily, what I'm interested in is helping you facilitate the skills that you've already got to make great music, okay? And I can probably save you a lot of time where you'd be researching stuff on YouTube just by asking me. And that would be great. I can kind of help you out. Also, I play a bit of guitar, and anything related to that's good. Anything to do with tech, studio, music production. I've wrote hundreds of tracks and released hundreds of I've charted 7 times, right? I've had many, many, many musical lives. So there's I don't know everything, but I do know a bit, and I certainly know my musical experience of the world, which has been very varied. So, I mean, if you want to, if that's of interest and there's anything you want to know, tap into that. I mean, we're just talking about fourths tunings there, so there's like the pros and cons. There's something I went through because I was actually teetering on the edge of fourth tuning. But luckily kind of came out of it. So yeah, I'm really wanting a guitar question. Has anybody got any guitar questions today? Because I'm all fired up for guitars. I'm always looking for inspiration. Does anybody want to know anything about guitar? And in the meantime, I'm just going to find some drums to play along to, right? So let's pop into the studio. Right, here we are in the studio, in the secret garden, as I like to call it. It looks like this for those of you who may not have been here. And then I push this button, and then whoa, there we are. We're in the studio. We're in the studio, man. Right. Ah, here we go. Right. What's this? Vice City. I moved my library of sounds, so like all I get is this message saying you've moved your library, we'll find similar samples. Okay. Alright, I'll just knock something up. Oh, very John Carpenter. See, I really like those 80s snares. Let's have an offbeat. What's this? Might as well have a beat of this. There we go, that's my beat. But in the morning I'm always wanting slower tempo stuff. What's up with the Zeus back there? I had it out on a stream, Danny, the other day, playing it. It was really good. So yes, been playing it. I find it highly confusing, but it sounds great. And I might get it out this morning. Right, where are we? Oh, Danny Gramps, sorry. He looks. Whoa, what was that? Lost control of my hand. I think we'll undo that. Here we go. But not even going to play it like that. Bass into this. Oh. Yes. If George Martin could shred in my life, bit in there, in my life. All right, yes. Yeah, is that my life? Da, da, da. Oh, I know that song. That's a harpsichord. Isn't it in my life the harpsichord solo? It is, isn't it? It's like a Bach kind of thing in it. It's a really good tune. Well, I've nearly blown all my coffee this morning. What time is it? It is a harpsichord solo. I wonder who plays it. It's an excellent bit of music. It's like tremendous. Because like I was listening to it the other day actually, weirdly enough, and what was it? Yeah, and then that solo came on anyway, and I was like really like super surprised by it. So, what's everybody, for the guitarist on here, what is everybody working on? What kind of things are you doing on your guitar? That's what I want to know. And do say hello in the chat. From a technical aspect for me, it's been that kind of little hybrid move. Right, Gramps, can you... Oh, yeah, finger speed. So how do you work on your finger speed? I've got a way to work on finger speed. And I'll share it. I'm really enjoying this clean tone. Courtesy of Polychrome, of course. Noodling and catching a slow linger. Interesting. Right, hold on. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. So there's something I need to do is we need to... Right, tell you what, because these are things I was meant to do yesterday and just failed to do. Let's just get this right. So I like to sit comfortably here. And we want this like here. That looks good, doesn't it? Right, okay, so I think one of the most useful things, and it's a legato thing, to do with finger speed is this idea of practicing slowly but practicing fast, right? And what we're focusing in on is the ballistics of your finger. That's what I call it. Sounds good, doesn't it? It's like a bullet. And what it's to do with is the speed that your finger's travelling to hit the note. So the thing I'm big on, because I'm playing acoustic guitar all the time, is not playing hard, right? Because I'm just like, I'm going to like destroy my hands, right? So one little thing here, Gramps, you might want to think, if you're not already doing this, is obviously, you know, hand parallel to the fretboard. And I might do this just doing regular scales, right? But preferably, I suppose you want to do hammers only. And all I'm doing is focusing in on how fast my fingers hit the string. Oops. It's a great warm-up exercise, that actually, just hammers only. If you try that. That sort of thing. Gets it going quite nicely. I have a tendency to do the same finger moves. We all have muscle memory. So you could do the fusion version of the scale, G major, so we're just kind of filling in the gaps. So using all of our fingers. Hammers only. And that's it. And you can put stuff like that in a lick, you know. Like, I find it very hard just to do, like, straight exercises. You know, it's it's got to have some music behind it these days. So yeah, that's like one way. hard to... Now, it's hard to get rid of the ringing, but this is really, it's not about sounding good. What this is about is like, you know, the speed of your fingers hitting the frets and them actually finding the optimum part of the fret. And then actually find just everything sounds a lot more cleaner. Even like you're picking, you know. There you go. So something that I might be like just not warmed up to play, like that's giving me a little bit of trouble there. As then I might use this exercise for that. Yeah. The action here isn't ridiculously low. I suppose you can't really see. So it's not like a ridiculously low action. And I can do all of this on the acoustic guitar as well. There we go. So it's worth just spending time just doing hammers only. There you go. There's no pick. But great to see on here, rat. I'm assuming you've subscribed. I've been in a picking mood these days, but there we go. Back to this. So yeah, so that's like a little tip for speed. It's just you know, in this hand anyway. And then it's all about synchronizing the two hands, isn't it? And that's like another game all together, really. See, I used to play that for years. The Paul Gilbert. It's actually awkward to play that for me because I'm like very much an inside picker. Just not like that. Anyway, pitter patter, like the name. I twerk on your grave. Hi. That's alright. Well, that you popped up in my feed. Well, that's good. So I hope you're into music and stuff like that, and like guitar playing and music tech and just stuff like that. Because then you're in the right place. But Pitter Patter, do subscribe to this channel because you never know what's going to happen on here. But Pitter Patter, are you? I'm assuming you are a musician. Hence, it's been recommended to you. Ren reaction. Right. 8,923rd Ren reaction. Interesting. Well, this is a bit of a break for you. That's Ren the rapper, isn't it? He's amazing. Anyway, I need to. So I'll tell you what, guys. Classical guitarist, yeah, he's well good. So anyway, over to the business side of things. I do need to have a look at this template because this is part of what I'm supposed to be doing this morning is sorting out my upgrades for this. So one of the things was tell you what, I'll just take this out. So I have got the whirly. Which I do. I love the sound. I think I'm getting that from. I think the reason I like this is like a kid, I used to love the original Assault on Precinct 13, and I'm sure that like a lot of the incidental music is done sort of like. So, I'm terrible at playing keyboards. So that sounds really good. Delete this. Probably play over that. See how easily distracted I get when I get a good sound. Yeah, if it's Ren who I'm thinking of, it's really like worth watching. Like Ren was like really. He talks about he had a really severe mental illness that was almost incurable, and he overcame it, and it's an amazing story. He's like incredibly talented, like really talented. It was a misdiagnosis, yeah. It was like, so I remember listening to the interview, because he's just fascinating as an artist. Like, he came out of nowhere and just absolutely like, yeah, blew everybody away, you know. Which I think is good. Yes, I'm just toying at the minute with stuff, because I have to. Alright, this is something I need to check on. If it's behaving itself, arcade, which I did update it, and backyard memories. That sounds good. It's like when I've got no idea what I'm doing. This is like really good. Oh, thanks. An interesting loop. Let's put that on. Bath water. Let's have it on. Everything works. And of course I've got my bass. So here's a tweak I can get into. There we go. Need to get some atmosphere. Perky vocals. Oh yeah. Yeah, missed it out, didn't it? Yeah, we've got a bit of a tune going. Alright, I'm back. Do I know what bitrate I'm streaming at? Yes. No, I didn't want that. So bitrate. What bitrate? So it should be 1080. So I don't know how it looks your end of things, but the cameras are set at 4K and eCam. It's over. Is it? So I'm like streaming in 4K. Is that what you're saying, Stelly? Let me have a look. Nah, it's on 1080. 25 frames, 16 by 9, 25 frames a second. Oh, 4000 resolution. Yeah, I don't. That might be your end, but I don't know if anybody else is experiencing really appalling quality. But I mean, I've been checking the streams back, and the quality's been excellent. So it just might be just YouTube optimizing a bit. Right, I'll just go back to the chat here. Thanks for dropping me a sub. And that's brilliantly fallen in love, discovering with music, Ren, and also learning a bit about music theory. Brilliant. Actually, yeah, I mean, like, just learning a bit about theory and stuff like that, it is fun, and we can all learn more music theory. But it's best, like, not being theory and used in practice. There we go. There's not much point in, like, learning stuff you're not going to use when you're a musician. However, from an interest point of view and a mathematical concept, then it's highly interesting, so definitely well worth pursuing. Air music technology, and I'm finding it pretty good. They sound interesting. I will check them out. Serendipity, Grams, yeah. Do you know what the bitrate? Right, no, we've done all of that. That's a resolution. Right, okay. If it's higher and you are on Wi-Fi, the stream. Right, so if it's higher and you are on Wi-Fi, stream interrupts. Does it? Oh, right, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't hardwire into a router, but I have like super fast. What's this here? I have super fast Wi-Fi. It's fine on your end, Ray. That's good. Hi, Ray Beats. How you doing? I'm not sure if I've seen you on here before or not, but it's good to see you this morning. All right. Anyway, so that all works there. I do need to introduce some stuff into this. So jumping out alive, right? That's really interesting. I mean, I was saying like, oh, I'll have a look into it, but I don't actually know what I'm looking into. But I'll say I'll have a look into it. All right then. So, okay, this might crash everything, but something I need to do. Right, so there's like, look, tons of synths I could use, right? But the thing that I just find super effective to do the job that I want it to do is this. Actually, change the key here a bit. Right. So, alright, okay. Oh, that would be good. Well, thank you, Stelly. That's very kind. I'm going to check it out. Air bundle. Right, and then we can have some air bundle action. Right, we'll have that there. Just see, get this working a bit. Opening the wrong things here. Better. So, creative effects, great. It's good for this kind of music. Creative effects plus. It's like Tal, but on steroids. That sounds very interesting. So that's in, and then there was just one other thing which I'm pulling in, and that is, could be this. Bleepy blobs. Right, let's miss talk my thing out. There we go. Right, so that's all. I'm happy with that. It's all the instruments I know how to use. I could have more of an interesting colour, mind. Just two. Ugh. Right. Cthulhu needs to go near that. And those two need to have the same sort of thing. And Cthulhu needs to be smaller. Hold on, or does it? Right, sorry, talking to myself. So, the logic behind this, just for those of you on the stream, this is my live looping template, which I'm just giving a dry run. Like normally I'll be working this all from push. So what the way it's working at the minute, that's interesting, isn't it? Okay. If I get a long press. Anyway, yeah, so this is like the live looping template that I've got, and everything's working from push. And I think the rule is that I've got 8 guitar channels and 8 synth channels. And I've got a texture thing. I'm not sure if I'm counting that or not, because that's not like really something I do on there. But that's pretty much everything that I kind of need to kind of get an idea together. And then I've got my drums, right, which are triggered from EXO. So we're looking in good shape there, and not a bad little beat I've locked up there. No, I can't really talk about that, Gramps. No, it wouldn't be good. I suppose, where would you go with this? Right, so, oh god, it's 7:32. I've just realised. Right, so I'll just round up. Let's go over to here. Right, so that's pretty much the music bit done for today. I'll finish my coffee off, which is still warm. Yeah. I like to make retro synth music too. Excellent. Well, you're in the right place. So just shameless plug as always. I do subscribe to the channel. Anybody who hasn't subscribed, that would be great. The other thing is I am a music coach, and I'm always looking for people to coach, especially in one of my amazing music coaching groups. So again, it does say in the description, you can make better music faster in my coaching group and have some of the pain taken away. And that's what I specialise in. I'm a coach, so I'm interested in the skills that you already have and just facilitating you prolifically writing music, having less judgment about what you're doing, and going right from the beginning and giving you an amazing process which will be modelled around your needs, individual needs, to produce massive amounts of music. So it's not consultancy when I say that. I'm not going to give you something that you're not going to use. Everything that kind of we come up with in a coaching session is you solving your problems. So it's your action plan moving forward, and I specialise in helping you get there. It's no good me saying this is what you need to do to be successful, and here's a list of things, and off you go. You didn't come up with that plan, so very unlikely that you will follow it. So that's the beauty of coaching. It's all, but I do have a really cool system which allows you to write tons of music in parallel. So we're not working in series, like starting and finishing a track, lots of tracks happening, all the different creative processes of where you can dive in and work on whatever you feel like. Sometimes we just want to mix a track. So mix a track because it's less kind of, it's more certain, Mixing a track does have more certainty to it. Writing a track doesn't have as much certainty to it. In fact, it's very uncertain. And sometimes, we can go between these. The other thing I find very interesting is when I'm talking about that certain and uncertainty and the creative process in terms of divergent, convergent thinking. Sorry, guys, I know I sound like a broken record. Within my system, it does allow me to do diagnostics, find exactly where somebody is or where they lean more within that creative process, and then help to move them into other areas that they're not so comfortable with, and making it more certain and more comfortable. Having said that, the good thing about music is there is uncertainty, and we need uncertainty because uncertainty makes art. So that's my final thought. Do hit me up on email if you're wanting one-to-one coaching, group coaching, or a guitar lesson thing. That would be cool. And that's enough from me. I can't remember if I'm on tomorrow or not. I should. Right, hold on. Let me have a think. What's happening tomorrow morning? I'm interviewing. There's no stream on the evening, so there might be one in the morning tomorrow. Just check out for that. I'll find out tonight. But I think I'm doing an interview tomorrow night. All right, guys. I'll see you possibly tomorrow. Bye.